What's going on, YouTube? So today we actually got another NBA trade that happened. I think the second of the season so far, and we're just gonna talk about it a little bit. If this is your first time here and you like NBA related content, please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. So today the Atlanta Hawks traded Allen Crabbe for Jeff Teague and Treveon Graham. Now this is a pretty interesting trade. I don't really see how it benefits Minnesota as much. It doesn't really have crazy benefits on Minnesota or the Hawks. But the Hawks do get a backup point guard behind Trae Young. It's going to take a lot of pressure off him, so now Trae Young doesn't have to be the only ball handler out there. They do have a backup point guard, Goodwin, but he's pretty young, inexperienced, so Jeff Teague's really going to help a lot with that. And it's going to bring some veteran leadership into the locker room, really help Trae Young grow as a player, maybe as a playmaker even more, maybe help defensively as well. Jeff Teague, early on in his career, he wasn't a bad defender. He was actually pretty good. And yeah, maybe even they'll play some together on the floor a little bit. T could play a little off ball, guard some shooting guards, and this will really let Trae Young just focus on scoring a little bit. I mean, he's already scoring pretty crazy good right now, but with Jeff Teague out there throwing him some passes, taking a lot of the pressure off for him, it's really gonna help Trae Young's game. So you can look at it as a boost in Trae Young's efficiency numbers. But his counting stats, like assists and points, probably might take a little bit of a dip. Probably not affect the points as much, but maybe his assists, especially if they do play on the floor together a lot, it might hurt Trae Young a little bit. Now for Allen Crabbe, I don't really think he's gonna play at all in Minnesota or the Hawks if he was still there. Treveon Graham's a nice another young wing player that can maybe help the Hawks out, but they have a lot of wing players paired there. Reddish, and DeAndre Hunter, so they're pretty good on those aspects. But at least this way, the Hawks they do get Jeff Teague back. He's been playing there for I believe the first 7 seasons of his career, maybe. Jeff Teague hasn't been playing too bad, but he hasn't been playing as good as back then. Now let's see what he averages. It should say somewhere over here. Yeah, so this year he's averaging 13 points, 6 assists, about 2.5 rebounds in 34 games. That's not too bad. Again, I'd kind of see maybe I think Jeff Teague would have better numbers in Atlanta because he kind of fell out of favor in Minnesota. He's definitely going to get a little bit more than, I think he's averaging 20 minutes a game so far this year. He definitely should get a little bit more than that in Atlanta, especially if they do play both the point guards together. I really think Jeff Teague might come out a winner in this trade, and Trae Young is definitely going to be more efficient. Now, for the Timberwolves, they really like Point Wiggins. They play Culver at point guard as well. Both of those guys are pretty big. They could really do it all, and I think the Timberwolves. Well, I heard the Timberwolves they're not done. They want another playmaker out there. So I heard them being linked to D'Angelo Russell, obviously, because Cat. Dennis Smith Jr. was also another player that they were interested in. And I really like Dennis Smith. I feel bad for him. This season has not turned out how it should have been for him. I thought it was going to be a really big year for him. I know he had a death in the family early on, and then he just kind of fell out of rotation, which is really weird. I really hate the Knicks rotation. I don't know what they're doing. Mitchell Robinson is still not starting at center. They're starting Taj Gibson, who's I don't know what Taj Gibson is doing for you. At least develop Mitchell Robinson, even if he gets into foul trouble. Let him just get out there. Let him learn that way, And the Knicks have Frank starting at point guard. They have Elfrid Payton at point guard. I don't know. The Knicks are just a mess, in my opinion. But Dennis Smith Jr., he'd be a really nice addition to the Timberwolves. He's not a crazy good playmaker, but he's a pretty good scorer. He averaged 14 or 15 his rookie season. He could get it done. Him, Wiggins, Culver, Covington, Cat. That's not a bad starting lineup. It's not a great starting lineup, but it's not a bad starting lineup. He'll definitely help the Timberwolves if they do get Dennis Smith. And Teague, Crabbe, and Treveon Graham, they're all expiring contracts. I believe Crabbe is about $18.5 million, and Jeff Teague is about $19 million. And Graham is probably on his rookie $3 million or something like that. But it's not that big of a deal. But I believe the Timberwolves are definitely not done. They probably will make another trade. Otherwise, this really didn't make any sense, in my mind, at least for them, because Jeff Teague would have been much better suited on a contending team, like the Lakers Who else needs a point guard? Oh, the Mavericks would have been nice, I guess, maybe. Who else needs a point guard? Magic, but they have Fultz. Any team, any contending team, they wouldn't mind having a backup point guard or even a nice starting point guard to help them out. And I think that's where Jeff Teague really should have been at. Going to a contending team would really help his value a lot and help the team a lot. But Minnesota's, I think, 12th, so they really have no reason to go for win now mode unless they really feel like they could turn it around with Cat and whoever else they get. Maybe they get D'Lo and start going crazy with some wins. Maybe they'll end up in the playoff spot. I actually saw this really funny tweet when I first saw the trade. I'll have it somewhere on the screen maybe. But it was basically back in 2016, I believe, Jeff Teague, he got traded to the Pacers for Taurean Prince. And then Taurean Prince got traded in the deal for Allen Crabbe back with the Nets, I believe this summer or maybe the summer before. I'm not sure. It was right before the KD and Kyrie signing. And then Allen Crabbe got traded for Jeff Teague now in 2020. So it all kind of went like a full circle kind of thing. But yeah, trade season is officially underway. It's the second trade of the year so far. Hopefully we have a lot more. I feel like trade deadline is one of the most fun parts about the NBA. And I have a trade rumor video for Drew Holiday coming out soon, probably in a day or two. And again, leave a comment down below if you want to talk about any other players that you think are going to get traded and potential packages for them. And I'll try to see if I could get a video on that going on. So that's all for this video. If you enjoyed, please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. And again, if there's any player that you want to see me talk about that's in trade rumors, just let me know down below and I'll pretty much get on it as soon as I can.